Here's one for. Here's something to chew on for Dawkins, actually, and Peterson. The words virgin and birth don't go together too well, because the word virgin means that you haven't had sex, right? And the word birth means that you've been born, so someone has got to have had sex. So that's the interesting thing about the words virgin and birth. Virgin is a woman who has not had sex, so she usually can't give birth or hasn't given birth. That's virgin. And birth is that you've had sex and you created a baby, so it's born. So the two words we know don't go together too well. Or one, it's almost like if one, then not the other. So it's you can do some various equations around it, like if virgin, then there can't be a birth, right? If she's a virgin, there can't be a birth. Interesting, they call it the virgin birth. Now, like what I've said, if we have a virgin, then we can't have a birth. So that's the mathematical equation that Dawkins cannot come to terms with. It's like, 3 plus 1 equals 4, okay? It's almost like, the square root or the power of 3 or whatever. It's like it's a mathematical fact or truth, which in human terms, but it depends what your language means. It depends what your terms are. Now, because of the context of the Bible recites the story of, a man and a woman on a journey with a donkey going to a place in Bethlehem, and there actually is a birth in a stable of a human being, and they claim this and that. Now, is the person reciting that story, right, is the storyteller or the bard or the writer, is the account, firstly, is it true? That's probably Dawkins' main question. Is the account true? Is the statement true? Right? Now, you could go into a court and ask that, and this is the thing. Would a jury, and, the word Jew, a jury, that's, the first thing that comes to mind. Is the account true of any of them? Firstly, if we were within a week or a month of the events, firstly, if you were in a court, right, is the witness telling the truth? Mary, right? Is Joseph telling the truth? Or whoever got the story from them telling the truth? How do we know? And would you, from there, would you believe their statements? What other evidence is there to prove or disprove that, whether she has or has not been with anyone? What evidence was there? Is there enough evidence in the Bible to prove that it is true? This is all relevant. Secondly, is it meant as a story, or is it meant as a parable, or does it have other meaning? Are the words and language, right? Now, this is the thing. When anyone writes a story, anyone, even if it might be true or based on true facts, does it have an additional purpose or meaning? Why are they telling you the story? Is the story meant to, advise or otherwise, set example? When anyone is in a pub or out with their friends and they tell you a story, is it there just to entertain, or is it there as a like a moral? On the He-Man cartoon, they used to have at the end like a little scene where they'd tell a little story. Hey kids, it's not good to tell lies because it could get you into trouble. And I'll give you a little example of that. A purpose, So this is the thing. But Dawkins wants to know: did these things happen or not? And usually. But why is he questioning that? Well, because they can't happen. We actually usually know that it's something that is not normally possible. So that gives you reason to question it. If it was possible, then it wouldn't be odd, it wouldn't be particular, and it wouldn't be doubtable. There's reason to doubt it. Why is there reason to doubt it? Well, because apparently it can't happen. So Dawkins is like, this is not true. This is a lie, right? But a lie can happen. The thing is, a lie can happen. You can have a lie. Someone can lie, okay? Now, let's explore that with Dawkins. Is a lie possible? Is it possible to lie? Yes, it is. Now, that's quite interesting to Dawkins, because suddenly we've got something that is possible to happen, right? You can have a lie, because you might have it in science whereby it wasn't possible to lie. If the world was a particular way in science, where humans operated by different laws of nature and physics, where it wasn't possible to lie and tell the truth, then it wouldn't even be possible to happen. So that's the first thing that scientifically Dawkins needs to understand, and this is quite a revelation. It's possible to not tell the truth, right? So therefore it's possible for the story to exist. Therefore it's possible to be in the situation where Dawkins doesn't believe it, and he doubts it and questions it. So what exactly is Dawkins saying then? If Dawkins says that, well, I don't think that it's possible for someone to have a child without a parent having sex, then, so Dawkins, are you suggesting that it's a lie, right? And question, is it possible to lie? Yes. So that's important. And in life, generally, what are the main problems and issues we've got in life is that people don't always tell the truth. And what do you usually do? Well, you can either kill them or lock them up in prison or, forgive them, right? One or the other. So major point in this religion is forgiving people. I mean, look what happened to Jesus. They put him on the cross and punished him, right? He didn't get forgiven, There are a lot of things here. Another thing, right, with the virgin and the birth. Virgin is to not have sex, and birth is the result of having sex. So those words wouldn't usually go together. They're incompatible words in a sentence if you want fact and reality. But interestingly, the word virgin is also virgin. You're virgin on the edge of something. When you're virgin on the edge of doing something, you are about to do something or close to doing something, right? And the word birth is actually you are on the verge of coming into the world. You are on the boundary of the womb coming into existence. So you are born birthing into reality. So verging onto something is on the borderline, about to move into something or about to move out of something. You're verging from one territory to another. And the word birth is to come into being from before and after. So actually both the words are on the precipice. Interestingly, So therefore they have a similarity and they're the same, even though they're incompatible, and you can't have one without the other. That's another interesting thing in the lexicon, and in the meaning of those two words to take note of. The verge, the edge, the verge and the edge. You could be verging on the truth, or you could be verging on a lie. You know, I think that I might get the dictionary out and check to see what the Samuel Jackson dictionary says about the word virgin, and also what the word birth was for. Could be an interesting exploration.